Today, we are diving into the story of how a Tang dynasty general became one of Taiwan's most important gods. I mean, this is a deity whose temples literally map out the entire island settlement history. This is the incredible story of Taiwan's divine guardian.
So, have you ever been wandering through a temple in Taiwan, say Bashan Temple in Taipei or Jingfu Temple in Taoyuan, and seen this guy? You can't miss him. He's got this powerful, dignified look, always in his armor, looking like he's ready for anything. So who exactly is this divine warrior?
Now, you might be thinking, oh, that's Guanggang or maybe Yufi. And hey, that's a totally fair guess. They've all got that epic warrior vibe. But this is someone else. He's the spiritual leader of the Jiangsu people, Kaizhang Shengwang, or the secret king, founder of Jiangzhou.
Yeah, he's way more than just a god. He's basically a living witness to Taiwan's earliest history. And, as we're about to find out, a bit of a divine heartthrob for the people of Zhangzhou. So let's get right into it. How does a guy known as General Chen, a government official from the Tang dynasty, become this superstar deity revered all across Taiwan? We're going to follow his journey from mortal man to immortal god. All right, every hero needs an origin story, right? Well, his starts way, way back, long before he was a god, when he was just a man named Chen Yunguang.
Now, Chen Yuanguang wasn't just some soldier. He was born in Henan during the Tang dynasty and was a total brainiac, a certified academic superstar who passed the incredibly difficult prefectural exam when he was just 13. After that, he followed his dad south to what was basically considered the wild frontier of Fujian. When his father passed away, he took charge and started the massive task of building a whole new community from scratch.
And really, the biggest clue to his whole story is right there in his name. Kai Zhang literally means to found Zhangzhou. You see, before he showed up, the area wasn't even an official administrative region. It was his petition to the imperial court that got it established, making him, quite literally, the founding father of the city.
So he had a successful life, for sure. But believe it or not, it was his death that really kicked off his journey from a respected general into an immortal legend.
The story goes that in the year 711, in the middle of a brutal battle, Chen Yuanguang died a hero's death. He sacrificed himself to save his own men, and that single act of courage and loyalty, that was the spark that lit the flame of his legend.
His path to becoming a god was, well, a team effort. The people of Zhangzhou were completely devastated, so they just started building temples for him on their own. But it wasn't just them. Even the emperors became his biggest fans. Over the centuries, each dynasty kept adding more and more prestigious titles. It's like they were collecting power-ups in a video game, slowly leveling him up from a local hero all the way to the sacred king. Okay, so we've got this beloved deity in Fujian. But how did he become such a huge deal all the way over in Taiwan? Well, the answer lies in one of the most dangerous sea crossings in the entire world. You have to imagine it. During the Ming and Qing dynasties, settlers from Zhangzhou had to cross the Taiwan Strait, which was terrifyingly known as the Black Ditch. So what did they bring with them? They carried statues and incense from his temples. It was more than just faith, you know? He was their spiritual security blanket, like bringing a little piece of home on the most dangerous trip of their lives. And once they arrived in Taiwan, things were competitive. Different groups of immigrants often clashed over things like land and water, and their patron gods became these powerful symbols for their communities. So you had the Zhangzhou people rallying around Kaizhang Shengwang, while folks from Quanzhou worshiped deities like Baosheng Dadi, and Hakka settlers looked to the Sanshan Guowang. In a very real way, the map of the gods was the map of the people. And because of that, his temples are like living history lessons. Seriously, if you see a temple for Kaizhang Shengwang, it's a huge clue that the area was probably first settled by immigrants from Zhangzhou. Places like Nehu in Taipei, Daxi in Taiwan, and pretty much the entire Yilan Plain, that's his home turf. Okay, so now you know his incredible story. But how do you actually spot him in a crowded temple full of amazing deities? Let's break down his signature look. His statues are pretty distinct once you know what to look for. Check out the face. It's usually red or gold, looking stern and authoritative, but not scary. He's a protector, after all. Then look at his outfit. He's always dressed for business, wearing military armor underneath a ceremonial robe. And his pose just screams commander, either holding a weapon or with one hand resting firmly on his knee.
But here's the cool thing. Over the years, his divine portfolio has really expanded. People definitely still pray to him for safety. That was his original gig. But since he was a successful developer who literally built a city, people now ask for his help with business success. And remember how he was a child prodigy? Oh yeah, parents bring their kids to pray for good grades. He's become a true all-purpose deity.
And if you really want to see his popularity in action, you have to mark your calendar for the 15th day of the second lunar month. It's his birthday. Temples all across Taiwan just explode with celebrations. In Ilan, they even have this unique ritual called Zhu Wong, where people literally race each other while carrying his effigy. It's this incredible display of energy that totally fits his warrior spirit. So we've traveled all the way from a Tang Dynasty general to a beloved Taiwanese god, a figure whose story is etched right into the island's landscape. It really makes you think, doesn't it? In this super globalized world we live in, what power does a local guardian deity still hold? Maybe his story reminds us that our deepest identities are still connected to the ground right under our feet, watched over by the heroes from our own shared past.